So in the last tutorial we made this stylized chair. So what we're going to do now is actually make the table. So G and Y just to move it across like that. So G and Y just so you put it in about the right place. And what I'm going to do is set the origin of this to the 3D cursor, which of course is in the center there. Just let me get rid of that. So we've got our chair, and what I'm going to do now is duplicate our chair and Shift and D and rotate on the Z by 90 just to actually duplicate our chair. Shift and D, rotate on the Z by 90. So we've now got our 4 chairs. So now we want to make our stylized table. We do this just so we can actually see where the table's going to be. So I'm going to add in a mesh, and the mesh is going to be a circle. And the circle I'm going to set to 64 vertices. It normally defaults at 32, but I've changed this to 64 like that. And I'm just going to scale this up by looking from the top and scale it just so it goes over the chairs just about there. And we'll move it so we've got some leg room, G and Z, just to move it up to about there. So we've got our table, and we can actually now hide our chairs. So hide, because they're actually in the way. So I'm just pressing the H key to hide them. And with our circle selected, we press the tab key to go into edit mode, go into line select, and E and S to scale this down. I'm going to have an edge on my table, E and S, scale it down again, like that. And what I'm going to do now is Control and R and just cut this into several cuts. Go on to face select. If we press the Alt key down, I'm going to select one in the middle here and expand it just to about there. And what we can do now is actually go into face select, and we can actually poke our faces again and go into face select and tries to quads. As you can see, we've now got like a spiral pattern on our table, but we've got no legs. So let's just quickly create our legs. If we press Control and 7, we'll look from the, and what I'm going to do is go into point select. I'm going to select that point there, that point, oops, that point there, holding the Shift key down, that point there, that point there, and that point there. I've done that because then you can actually match them up with your lines on the X and the Y just to help you find where they are. Pressing the 1 key looks from the front, and I'm just going to extrude in the Z just to actually give me my legs, and then scale it, because tables tend to actually do that, you know, they just do. And then press the tab key, takes us out of edit mode, and then what we'll do is object, convert into grease pencil, object, convert into mesh, and then object, convert into curves. And that opens this little smiley face again. Click on the smiley face, go down here, and what we're looking for is this geometry that may be closed, and we'll change the actual resolution to 6. And what we'll do, make this depth 0.1, that's a bit too big, maybe 0.01, like that. So we've made ourselves our stylized table, quick and easy. And what we do now is actually change it back into a mesh. Object, convert, back to a mesh, press the tab key to go into edit mode, A to select all, and then we're going to merge this by distance. So right click and merge vertices by distance, and it's already done that. And if we just, it defaults at 0.001, if we, which makes quite a nice stylized table. Alt and H will make our chairs reappear, and all we need to do is now rotate our table by 45 degrees to put our legs on the side. Thank you for joining me on this tutorial where we made some stylized chairs and a stylized garden table. And of course, join me on the next tutorial. I'm sure I'll think of something. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and enjoy blending. Bye for now.